and the Greenland Station Bluegrass Band will be here on Sunday, July 30th. Both of those shows start at 2 p.m., and I hope to see you there. I am delighted to have Chamber Music on the Mountain here tonight as part of their summer festival. Chamber Music on the Mountain, also known as CMM, is a classical music concert series that brings together high-caliber performers, local musicians and artists, and organizations in the Northwest Arkansas region. CMM is part of the Creative Spaces NWA program at Mount Sequoia Center, a mountaintop community center just minutes away from downtown Fayetteville. Please help me welcome Chamber Music on the Mountain.
Thank you. Good evening and welcome. This is our third summer for the Chamber Music on the Mountain Summer Festival, and I'm glad to be here again. We have been on this stage every summer, and every time we come here, we try to collaborate with the new organizations. So this year, one of the main themes that I put together the festival is to celebrate Mount Sequoia Center's centennial. They've been on our Fayetteville mountaintop for 100 years. So that only happens once 100 years, and that calls for celebration. So I thought about how I can program the music and overall theme of the festival, thinking about the history, where we are today, and what we would hope to see in the future. So today you'll hear some music that is then centered on that theme. And when I thought about history and music, I thought, what would be the main reason people in the past would come together to enjoy music? And I'm not here to generalize or simplify anything, but I thought, I listen to music and I think about a song and a dance. And that basically comes down to folk traditions, folk music. And you would think about dancing or singing, serenading somebody. So I'll explain a little bit more about the music later, but with that in mind, I do a Google search, always brainstorming, and I found the best, perfect group here in Northwest Arkansas. So I reached out to Shiloh Museum, which is in Springdale, and I found Judy, and I said, I found an article about Northwest Arkansas Historical Dance Group. Would you be interested in collaborating with us? And of course, I was nervous, but they said yes, so they are here. I'm excited to see this for myself. So I'm going to give the microphone to Judy to explain about what's going to happen right now. Thank you.
So if you've never been to the Shiloh Museum of Ozark History in Springdale, I hope you'll come. It's a free museum. It belongs to you, and we cover the history of Northwest Arkansas, 6 counties. So the picture that Tomoko saw was from many, many, many years ago. In fact, one of the young ladies who was dancing is getting married in 2 weeks. So, and she's in college now. We are a group of volunteers. I work at the Shiloh Museum as the education manager, but all the dancers are volunteers, and if you would like to join us and learn dances, we do mostly 1800s social dances. So we go back farther in our dance history there than 100 years, but we do dances from the 1800s, and they're all called social dances because, as you'll see, we're going to mix partners and be dancing with different people, because that was when you got to socialize as you were dancing and listening to the music. This is our first public performance since before COVID. So we're very excited to get going again, and you'll be seeing us around Northwest Arkansas. We have a couple of times scheduled here and there, and we hope to see you again. Y'all move over there. There, right there. All right, you're ready. We're going to go to the right first. Circle right. Ready?
I hope you enjoyed that. I was tapping my foot backstage the whole time. If you would like to learn some of the dances, I believe they are joining us for the terrific Tuesday night at the Botanical Garden next Tuesday. We'll also perform some of a concert on that show as well, but not all the same repertoire. So you can come to both, and next time you can even dance. So we're going to move on to the musical performance part of today's event. I think my performers are dancing backstage. They should be coming on stage. Hello, performers. Come on up. So we have several selections for you, and like you said, today's theme is folk traditions and chamber music. The first piece that we want to play for you is called the Fiddle Trio. So you see the theme. This piece was written by Jeremy Crossmer, who is the brother of our violinist, Charlotte Crossmer. They are from Little Rock, and they've been fiddling while they're growing up, so this was, I guess, in his blood. So he wrote this piece. Jeremy is a cellist at the Detroit Symphony, so a very good cellist, and this is as exciting piece as I can put on the chamber music classical concert. You'll see why. I love that piece. It's so exciting. So now we're going to do a little bit of totally a different feel in the music. I'm originally from Japan, and so I thought, what folk tradition can I bring to this concert? So I looked, and of course, I found a piece for a traditional bamboo flute called shakuhachi, and a Japanese plucked instrument called koto. So this piece is called Harunomi, which means sea in the springtime. Now, this is not a springtime that you imagine in Miami, blue sea, getting warm and nice. This is, what we mean by spring is the new year, which is late January, usually early February. So it's still cold. And the ocean in between Japan and China is actually cold water. It is not blue, it is not sandy beaches. But in our culture, we see it as like the renewal, and so you can hear in this piece melody that's just floating. You can imagine some bird in the distance just hovering over the ocean in the horizon. And in the middle section, you hear some dance. It is not the fiddle dance, but you can hear, and I think that's what's special about music, is that even if it's from different culture, you can kind of tell where the songs and the lyrical things are happening and where people will be moving along to the music. So I hope you enjoy this piece.
Thank you. I hope you enjoyed that beautiful Japanese song. I was telling Tomoko that I had the opportunity to play this piece when I was a very young flutist, and now I get to play it again, here for you. And those, memories kind of translate into the next piece that we are going to play for you. Next piece is called Leyenda Incásica, an Incan legend. And it was written by a composer named Sixto María Durán, who is an Ecuadorian composer. And I'm also from Ecuador, so it means a lot to me to play it for you today. One thing that I wanted to mention about this piece is that it's inspired by a traditional dance genre, an Ecuadorian genre called San Juanito. So in order for you to kind of remember this San Juanito dance, I actually want you to interact with me a little bit. So I'll tell you about a little bit about the San Juanito, and then we can do something together here. So the San Juanito is a dance that is originally played by a flute and a drum. Okay? So I'll be the flute, and then you will help me with the drum rhythm. Okay? So I'll teach it to you, and then we can play it together, okay? So the rhythm is really, really simple. For those of you who know a little bit about music, this is in 2/4, and the rhythm goes like this. The drum rhythm goes like this. So. Okay? Yeah, so that's the rhythm. So, yeah, so I'll have you start that, and then I'll play a melody over that, okay? And then we will all perform a San Juanito together, okay? So let's get the rhythm going, and then I'll join you with a melody, okay? So here we go, 1 and 2. That's it. So that is the San Juanito. And now I hope that you can remember that, and hopefully you can recognize it when we play it with the piano. Okay? And feel free to clap along since we don't have a drummer. You can complete our band. All right? Hope you enjoy.
Are you feeling all the different dances from different countries? So now we're going to continue with another South American composer, Alberto Ginastera. And I'm going to actually ask Daniel to explain because my Spanish is not there at all.
Yeah, so we are going to stay in South America for the next piece. It's called Impresiones de la Puna by Argentinian composer Alberto Ginastera. It's a wonderful piece inspired by his idea of this area of Argentina called La Puna, which is in the Andes. So mountains, you know, very, very high altitude, and all that comes with that. It has 3 movements. The first movement is called quena, which I don't know if you have heard of this word, but quena is a flute that is a traditional flute in the Andes. It's made out of cane, and it doesn't have keys like my flute does, but it just holes, you know. So you're supposed to cover the holes with your fingers. It's a very, very beautiful instrument, very evocative, and very, you know, characteristic of the Andes. And then it has a second movement that is a slower, kind of a sad song, Yaraví, and it ends with a beautiful dance. And it was written for flute and a string orchestra, and this is, he also wrote an arrangement of it for the flute and the string quartet. So I hope that you enjoy Ginastera's Impresiones de la Puna.
have one more song for you to end this concert today. We're going to come back to Arkansas. We've been looking at South America. We went to Japan for a little bit, but we want to finish this concert with a piece that was composed by Florence Price. Florence Price has become a little bit more known recently. We've been looking at many orchestras, and we've been featuring a lot of her pieces in our concerts as well. She was born in Little Rock, or raised in Little Rock, and she was very active, very great, good composer at the turn of the century, around 1900s. But of course, being African-American composer and female composer, she didn't get her pieces played as much back then. So it's great that we get to bring these pieces to you. Today we have a piece called one movement of 5 songs, 5 soul folk songs in counterpoint. She took the song Swing Low, Sweet Chariot, the spiritual, and made her arrangement of this piece. Please enjoy. Thank you so much for spending your evening with us. In the Chamber Music on the Mountain ends on July 29th, and we still have 8 more events that you can come and join us. Not everything is a concert. There are several events that we actually would like to talk to you. There's one event next Wednesday that we have just an open roundtable discussion with many composers who you can ask where they get their inspiration. Or the Tuesday night at the Botanical Garden is a family-friendly event. You'll have the dance group that you can next time learn to dance, and also enjoy some other music that we will be preparing for that concert. If you would like some more information, our website is chambermusiconthemountain.org. It's a little bit long, but there's no mistake. You don't have to remember any acronyms. So it's chambermusiconthemountain.org, and we look forward to having you in another event. Thank you so much for being here today.